Hello. So I will be showing you now my solution to a specific topic in Power Apps community. If you want to know more about it, click the link on this video so you can go to the topic and see the basis of this solution. Uh, what I have done here is I have created a user SharePoint list. So this is the user SharePoint list, and also the basis of this here is this new post here. This is the list of news. And then for this user log SharePoint list, I have the title. So this title holds the email address of the user. And this one is the read news. It has the ID of the news post that the user has read, and it's separated by hashtags. So let's do a short demo. Here, as you can see, these are the news from this SharePoint list here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happened is that when that person or that user clicks it, so if I click right now, what it does is it adds number 2 on this column here. So as you can see just earlier, it adds there the ID so that whenever the app is loaded, so regardless of how many times we refresh the user log, it will still be black because we recorded in our system that this specific user has read the news. So to set this up, let's go to Power Apps. So I have the usual, just one gallery here. And the main thing that I've done is I added the user logs, the data, and then on the app on start, I declare one variable, var user, and one collection. So var user is the value that will be looked up, like the actual row that will be looked up in the user logs SharePoint list, and it will use the current user's email address here. And then after that, we also have this one call view logs. So what call view logs does is it will get this one here, read news, and then put it in a row. So let's try run on start, and then if you go to collections, you see it's 231. That is the list here, 231. That's the order. So that's what the split function does. So that's the first like set of formula that we have. And then the second one would be this one here. So this is a circle icon or shape. So it's a shape. And then we only did change with the field. So what we did is that if this item, this is the ID, if this ID exists in the list in call view logs, it turns to gray. But if it's not there, it turns to green. Okay? And then the last set of code that we did is here. So if the user clicks on that arrow, or like whatever which like whichever control you are letting the users like register that they've read the news, you put this code. So what it does is that if the item is not there, it will just like uh copy the old data. And then another one is if it's not there, it's gonna add the ID of the current data. And then don't forget to update your data with the changes that happens in here. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. Let me just pause this video because I will have another way of coding this. Okay, so now we're back. Uh, what I did is I tried to shorten my previous code. So my previous code was this one. It's a bit long and it will always run if the news is well read or not. So for this code here, this code will only run if the code is not yet read. So it will update the record. But if it's read already, then it's not gonna be run. So for that, this is the code for that logic. So that is it. So one more thing. Let's say just this is just one last thing. So let's say the user doesn't exist in here. So what happens with the variable? So what we will do is we will change this code up here, and let me just give me some time to just write it, and then I will play again the video. So I've done. What I added is this line in the middle here. So it's actually a lot. It's a number of parentheses. I don't really like this format, but I just want to just like shorten the view for this video, like shorten the number of codes shown. So this is the line that I've added. So let's say a new user logs in and then it happens that they're not there. So like for example, my case, I'll just delete this row here, or like let's change this one to ABC. So technically my username doesn't exist anymore in the user log. So what will happen with the Power Apps is that the first time it loads, it's gonna set the variable to here. But if it says like after running the app on start, let's try running it again. What happened is that if it's blank, it will create the user. So for me, since I'm not here in the list earlier, it created that list. And then once I did that, if I go back to the app, see it's green again. And then just read everything, and then I have it there shown shortly there. So 2 1. So I hope you get the gist, or like the logic into implementing this uh simple log thing. So if you want more advanced, like when they have read it, you might want to look at Reza's like video about JSON, where you can store more data, but maybe that would be something for later once you're used to developing with Power Apps. But I think this one should be feasible for your case right now.